All right, welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. Let's shift gears now and talk matters of the heart. Lakini today we are focusing on money. And the question you're asking on social media, from your experience, does money change men and women differently? Our tagline is money, power for men, freedom for women. What do you think? Talk to us, TV47 Kenya on Facebook and on YouTube and X at TV47 Digital. You can tag me as well at @Ann_Odida. The hashtag is Relationship Wednesday. And of course, kama kawaida, you can call in live. There will be a number on your screen shortly. We do welcome you to be part of this conversation. Utupigie simu. What do you think? Will money change you or not? Or if you already have it, has it changed you in any way? That is the conversation you're having this morning. Karibuni sana to Morning Cafe. If you haven't met this year, Happy New Year. I can see Mikaeli, I've seen Gladstone this year, lakini the rest of you, I haven't seen you guys, so Happy New Year. But let's get right into it. We're talking about money. Is it power for men and freedom for women? Mikaeli, what do you think?
Money sort of gives us as women choices.
Do you have your microphone? Okay.
Money gives us choices as women, so we are able to choose from a big basket. So previously with patriarchy, we've not really had the opportunity to think beyond what we've been seeing. But money has given us choices. We're able to have economic empowerment, think of what can women now do. We support healthcare, we support education in our families, in our communities. So money has really given us that opportunity to show up in a great way. So money has really given us freedom as women.
But for you as Mikaeli, do you think that if money, I don't want to assume you don't have money, you know, I want to frame that question in a very good way. But let's assume money wasn't an issue for example, for Mikaeli. Do you think that it will change the person that you are character-wise?
Money sort of allows you to do more. It takes away the burden of thinking about what about tomorrow. So it allows you to do more than just the norm. So you don't just have to do your normal work, go do business. You can think beyond. Think of people who get into probably the space of CBOs, NGOs. They don't necessarily think about the money. They're thinking about what impact can I have on society. So having the money, having it present, not having to think about how am I making that money, allows you to do more than just the day-to-day survival. Yeah. So having money gives you the freedom to do more.
I see, Mikaeli, you're thinking long-term society. That is a good thing. You know, if you'd ask me for me, I wouldn't say that, you know, if I had money, I'd think about my society or my community. It'll just be me, but that is a good thing. You're one of a kind. Agnes, what do you think? Would money change you character-wise? Because you're talking about if it comes to money, then it's freedom for women and then power for men. How would money change you? Would it change you? Let's start there.
Thank you. I can say it won't change my character at all, but there are things that I'll be able to do when I have money, unlike when I don't have. So we can say that when you have money as a woman, there are choices that you make, and you can be able to do the things that nobody expects you to do. For example, we can say you can get into the political space when you have money as a woman, and it will help you because there will be no obstacles. You have your own money, and people will see you as, maybe we can say, powerful in the side of a woman.
Agnes, who told you that for women you must have money for you to get in the political space? I'd love to know where that is coming from. Ndio pia mimi nikisimama for member of parliament in Seme, at least I know that I have to have money for me to be voted in. Is it different with men? Must women have money for them to get a seat, a political seat?
Okay, I can say with women, it's better to have money when you are vying for a political seat, because there are many things that the society see in women. Maybe they cannot do. When a man wants to vie for a position and a woman also is there, the society sees that the man has more power. And the woman, if you have money, okay, it can give you that freedom, and I can say also the power to be able to address people.
Gladstone, do you agree that For men, it's different because Agnes is saying that with women, especially if you want to buy, this is taking a political turn, but it won't last for long. Let's just address what Agnes is talking about, that for women, if you have money, then it's easier for you to obtain a political seat. Do you agree?
Good morning. I don't think it's actually the case because when it comes to just political space, we all need money. We are kona pesa more because the nomination fee, the only people in wanakuanga wamepatiwa some leverage are the people living with disabilities. Hao ndio waga yao imekatwa. However, we can say for women, it will give them an edge over men. In a space where maybe men are not as generous to the constituents or maybe to the voters as compared to men. But putting every factor constant, if a man has money and a woman has money squarely, the field even now shifts to men because men know how to maneuver in the political arena. So I wouldn't agree totally with the fact that for a woman it gives you that power. It's just maybe it elevates you kidogo because how many people in Kenya have money when it comes to women? Even we have so many that we can mention, but they have not been able to penetrate into areas where men are dominating, unless maybe it's a women rep where now it is women against women. There you can say maybe whoever has more money, but politically speaking, party. If you are in a good party and that party is dominant in your area, whether you have money or not, and the party favors you, you have an edge over the others.
Now, wanasema pretty privilege, how about that? Agnes, I've heard about pretty privilege for women who are contesting as compared to money. That money is not a factor. As long as you're pretty, then you have higher chances of winning. So does money give you that freedom, or does pretty privilege give you that higher chances?
Okay, I think pretty privilege is not long lasting.
Really?
Yeah. Because we can see you look good, you have a nice shape, and we vote for you. But when you go to that seat and you're not doing what we expected you to do, you can't last for long.
Let's see.
Maybe something. I remember when, I don't know if I'm allowed to mention, the women rep of Nairobi, when she was vying for the first time. I happened to be an agent during that time for a political party, and people who were coming in, especially men, walikuwa wanasema tunataka kupigia supu. Like they were so concerned, like so straight. They're not even mentioning the name. Wanamtaja based on how she appears. Wanasema tunapigia ule mrembo wetu. So the same thing with our governor the other time. You remember now it was the women, the dimple stuff.
Yes.
Tunataka ule wa madimple. You see? So yes, first, that one can entice a lot of people and it can sway votes to your favor because we have seen it working in Nairobi. So for the two, I can say they can help in swaying because I don't remember the governor giving so much money or maybe Pasaris giving so much money, but their looks and their handsomeness and beautifulness iliwasaidia wakapenya around.
Agnes, umesikia? Let's hear from Delvin. Do you think or do you agree with our topic today that money changes women and men differently?
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Then, when it comes for money gives men power and women freedom, we are talking in two different realities that historically we know that men controlled power and also the properties, where women remain dependent to men for survival. But when it comes to when women get money, yes, money can give freedom, but freedom is more than that money. When you have money and you don't have financial literacy or strategic way to use it, then there's no meaning of having that money. So when it comes to women, you have to have they have the confidence to make choices in different areas, like maybe education, careers, where they learn skills, and also the financial literacy, how they will help them to thrive in our communities. Yeah.
If you're looking at it from the gender perspective, men and women, do you think who lives the YOLO term more? You only live once when you have money. Do you think women are more, they take care, they value money more, such that they want to increase it just to spend it vizuri as compared to how men treat money? What do you think? And then we'll hear from the men what they have to say about that.
Okay, for women, when women have this money, so it depends how you use this money. Will this money make you grow, or maybe they will destroy you? But so where that's where we come in characterization. What this money makes you to become. It doesn't matter that it does not get rid of power from men, but it brings equality, that everyone has a voice in our communities and in our families, where when you put hands together with this money, you can share these responsibilities, where everyone has a voice and have a way of controlling things. Everyone is important,
Josh, what do you think? Do men have better relationships with money as compared to women? When now, poverty isn't a factor anymore, that money is there. Do you think that men have better relationships with money?
Okay, so personally, before maybe I get there, there were some things that maybe I felt like contributing in one way or another. So first, it was about trying to understand the logic behind the question of the day.
We'll get to that. We'll get to the question of the day. But before that point, that because Delvin brought this up, that dynamic of money, how men handle money and how women handle money. We'll get to the question of the day. But first, do you think that you men have better relationships with money?
Yeah. About that, it matters. So I wouldn't really be very specific. So you have men who have money, but they don't know how to use it. And then you can see some women are thriving better than we can. So I wouldn't really put it as a comparison, but I'll just say with proper tools, proper minds, proper logic, you're in a position to use money better. Maybe in asserting power, in doing whatever thing that you want to do. Honestly, what matters in making money count for you is trying to be logical, get resources, knowledge, and information. Yes, so we should avoid that gender tagging, and maybe in a way we should put it like they are not better in any way, but we should just prioritize knowledge, information, and the wisdom that comes with it, so that you can be able to tackle and use money accordingly. Yes, I think that's my input.
Now to the question of the day. It suggests that money equals power for men and, of course, freedom for women. What do you think of that?
Okay, so about that, personally, I think first, we say money can't buy happiness. But for me, I still want to get it, And then still it's a must. I must get it. And then you need money in any way possible. And so the question of the day, power and freedom. What you're speaking about here is not even a biological problem. These are social structures that we are dealing with now. Historically, men were socially structured to lead, empower. They were just in a position to do this thing much better. And on the other end, when we look at women, they were expected to adapt and depend. And so in the society or socially, when you see what women were expected to be doing, maybe the issue of money was not really the big consideration. For them, it's all about maybe some form of responsibility, and then the man was able to be doing most of the things. And then for men, without that money, you could realize that, or without those resources, maybe at that time, you could not be able to do one thing or two. And even the perception today, man with money is more authoritative, more respected, more powerful. And then now, because of these restrictions, when money came in the picture, for most women, they go speak about it, that it's freedom, simply because there's those limitations, patriarchal problems. We had those adaptational problems and dependency. So for me personally, what I'm going to say is this: for men, money doesn't really change a thing. It amplifies what is within us. It's all about amplification. It doesn't change you. If you're a bad person, honestly, the money is not going to make you a better person. And if you're a good person, it's not going to change what is in you. It's just going to amplify that part. So for men, about power, it helps us amplify that social structure and expectations of the society. And now when it comes to women, on matters freedom, now the only question, the only problem here is the limitations that were there before. So for a woman, it's not necessarily even the freedom. For me personally, I'll say the money gives you a leeway out of these limitations. And personally, I usually say freedom without responsibility is hollow. You know? So even though as the woman you're going to be having this money and the freedom that you're getting, you're going to use it to escape responsibilities, then you are totally confused.
By responsibilities, you mean they should have at least where they're sending that money, paying black tax, paying school fees, or what do you mean?
Okay, if we're going to check, maybe we have spoken about the social structures and everything else, no? So for a woman, it should only help you run away from maybe discriminations, of which nowadays is not really a big problem, you know? And most of the time we are going to check the Gen Z and the modern way of things. You know, most women will use this money to run away from so many things. For example, maybe families, others will maybe take it. I have money, I can be single. I have money, I can, you know, all those things. So for me personally, I find it to be so hollow, that understanding. But instead, what if now you have that money, and instead of running from some good things which are very important, and later on coming to cry at your 40s and something, just use that money to build you all through and carry the required responsibilities, okay? Don't be reckless. Don't run around with tomboys. Maybe try your best, you know? And no, that's my POV and a genuine one, considering how the society
It's
is.
interesting because the ladies are here and,
Yeah,
they
just-
will respond to you, and I'm looking at you, I'm wondering, you don't want them to enjoy their money?
No, that's no problem. That
Yes.
doesn't mean that you shouldn't. What we mean is that you should not allow these to be a way of, no, at some point, some moral brightness matters. But nowadays, you see everywhere, you know, these things are becoming a norm.
So you're saying women with money are not morally upright?
I never said all of them. You said,
Let's take a break as we let that marinate a little bit. We're coming back with that particular point. You're watching Morning Cafe.
No more excuses. It's time to rise, grind, and own your mornings. Join Coach Shadrach Omer every Monday to Friday from 5:30 to 6 a.m. Only on TV 47. Full body workouts, zero equipment, maximum results. Start strong, stay strong. TV 47 Fitness with Coach Shadrach. Only on TV 47. Looking for the perfect way to kick off your weekend?
Pole. Hiyo ni salamu ya Mluya kabisa.
Tune in to Friday with Betty, the most exciting show on TV.
Betty, one tear gas. Betty, I don't know where this guy's going.
Walikutoka.
From the latest news and trends to unforgettable moments.
Mimi ni simpa. Hiyo naona nakubali.
Wewe ni simpa.
Friday with Betty is your go-to show for a fabulous Friday night.
Theological, meteorologist. What is that word, Willis?
Tune in this and every Friday at 9 p.m. and let's make your Fridays unforgettable. Only on TV 47.
This is Kenya's #1 talk show, Dr. Freke tonight. My name is the Eagle himself. Dr. Freke is my name.
We are
Thank you so much for staying with us. Welcome back. You're watching Morning Cafe. This morning on Relationship Wednesday, we're talking about money. Does money give men power and women freedom? What do you think? And that is the question you're asking online. Do you think or do you agree that money changes men and women differently? TV47 Kenya on Facebook and on YouTube. You can call in live as well. There will be a number on your screen shortly. Or next at TV47 Digital, and you can tag me at Ann_Dida. We'll be sure to read your feedback. And before we took that very short break, we had Josh with the mic there, and he made a very interesting point that women with money are not morally upright. Now, I want you to clarify that point, because right now he wants to run away. You will not run away from that point. What do you mean by that? That you think a lot of women who have money are not morally upright?
Okay. I will just plead. May nobody mistake what I'm saying. But factually speaking, we all know the errands being run around the society. So at the end of the day, it's a fact, but I know most people will rebut.
That is not a fact.
And then, okay, yes, it's not a fact. It's not a fact. And I agree. So what I'm going to say is, I never said all, It's also good to be very specific about what you're speaking about. But we have seen these issues, these things happening around, okay? So I'm speaking about those rare circumstances, if you have to put it in a better way so that I can be understood. And what I mean is that with that freedom, let's ensure that we don't turn to the toxic side of it. Sometimes if we look on this issue concerning money, nowadays maybe even a man without money cannot even get to a relationship. So the toxic side of it, let's avoid it. And then also what I was saying about, for the few cases that you have heard about our girls, our women at some point, we should also ensure that it's not there. Because at the end of the day, pia utasikia stories zingine na mababas and etc. So these are factual, rare cases, I'll say, but we all know about them. So that side of the money shouldn't really come into the picture when you have it.
All right. Let's hear from JD. Do you agree with the topic of the day that money is, it gives men power? It's you. It gives men, you have your mic on. It gives men power, and for women, it gives them freedom. What do you think?
Yes, I agree totally. Because everything is usually centered along an identity. And everything we do usually reinforces back to who we are at the bottom line. So you find that we hear people saying, mwanaume ni sauti, pesa ni volume. We hear something like that. We hear manners maketh man. Yeah? And even right now, you'll find that the upbringing we have, how people are brought up, you'll hear narratives like, it's good to have something of your own so that you don't depend on someone else. Yeah? That's a narrative usually mostly pushed to young girls as they grow up. Yeah? And you'll find that whatever is being marketed as freedom or the autonomy to do what you would like to do also varies between people, in the sense that what freedom is for a man and what freedom is for a woman are two different dimensions of freedom.
How so?
How so?
How does freedom look like for men when money is now in the picture?
You'll find that with men, freedom is autonomy in decision making, and it will end up with them wanting to take care of someone down the line. That's why you'll find once a man finds money, the next thing he thinks of is family, creating his own and upbringing it. Yeah? With, on the other end, freedom means independence. Yeah? Careers, education. pursuing, trying out new things, traveling. So you'll find that with money, the age at which women are getting married is going up and up and up. And the age at which women are choosing to bear children is also going up. See, so you find that freedom will vary. Whatever freedom is to these people varies. And then thirdly, power is also different between the two genders. Yeah? In the sense that there are people who want to use power in a protective sense. Protective sense in the sense that they want to use their power to ensure that they take care of someone. They want to use their power to make sure that they make life better for someone. Yeah, yeye wallet amebeba, you know. And to others, power is in autonomy. You know, autonomy to make a decision. Any sahi ukiamka uamue, I want to go make life simpler for a boy in, for a young man in campus. That is also power in its own way. See, so sometimes all these things are centered around the identities we make. And sometimes we use money to compensate for our deficits and our defects. Yeah? We use it to cover. Nasikianga watu wakisema pesa zinaosha watu. Yeah? So,
do you agree that pesa inaosha watu?
Yes.
You all agree?
Yes.
Okay.
Pesa huosha watu. So at the end of the day, you'll find that money has a role in centering the identities we create.
But even as we talk about money inaosha watu, how much money can literally osha someone? Gladson, this is going to you. Before, of course, we give Brenda a chance to also contribute to this conversation. Because let's look at it from a point of somebody who is paying black tax, for example. You have black tax, you are also taking yourself through school, you're also building something for yourself, you want to also be a useful member of the community and society. Then to what extent does money go? How much money can osha you?
Women have a very good perspective. It depends on the kind of responsibility that you are undergoing or maybe bestowed upon you. For example, tuseme kwamba wewe kwa hiyo familia yenu ndio umeomoka. Like wewe ndio uko somewhere. Na let's start with the men's side. You are wewe mwanaume kwenye wewe ndio umeomoka. You're not even the first born, maybe the second or third. Alafu mzazi pia probably retired or maybe hana kitu. Unaona? So mtu kama wewe you are never utaosheka rahisi. Utaosheka rahisi because one, you're so stressed. Number two, pesa yako iko na so inaingia ikitoka ni kama ile ni kama maji meko kwa gunia ukifinya hivi kama so many holes. Na hizo black tax ndio nasikia hapo, sijui ng'ombe ilifanya sijui nini, mtoto sijui huyu mtoto wenyu mdogo sijui mwalimu anataka vitu gani, with the era of CBE and stuff. So it's very difficult. However, kama you are just a normal person mwenye you don't have too much responsibility, money can make you handsome and can also make you very beautiful. Yeah, because one, it will change how people view you. Mimi sahi kuna tu venye nikikuwa millionaire, at the end of the day, out of comment section utasema wow, na kwani where have we been? Wasichana nasema hivyo. Mbona tujai nanga umutu? Why you're so handsome? What happened? You get? Then two, what will be exposed to? Manicure, facial, fashion, and skin care routines, like unatengeneza tu unakaa smart. The same way with the ladies, the same thing. Unapata kwamba they are now exposed to too much beautification and stuff like that. So money can change you, but you need a lot of it. Kama uko wewe ni mzazi, mtoto mzazi, you will need, let's say you will be talking 5 figures to 6. Hapo ndio kutakuwa na hiyo shake kidogo ya watu waanze kufeel this person is rich. Juu pia you need to afford some good car, some designer clothes, some fancy restaurants, some fancy stuff. So pesa mingi fine, but as long as uko hizi 4 figures na uko kwa black tax era, now you want to create a family and so si income yako pia ni moja hapo, before uko handsome you'll have to work so hard ndio watu waanze kuona hey, by the way kuna mwanaume mwingine anakuwa msupu hapa hivi, we need to check it out. Yeah.
All right, Brenda, Happy New Year to you. Do you think, or do you agree with our topic of today that for women, money gives us freedom, but for men, it gives them power? And when you're talking about freedom, from your perspective, what does freedom look like to you when you have money?
Thank you. I'm not apologizing for coming late because I was looking for money.
Just hold your microphone closer to your mouth.
Thank you. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Let me apologize for coming late because I was looking for money. As a young modern woman, you have to burn the midnight oil, also wake up in the morning, and throughout the day you have to do it. And I'm agreeing with the topic of today. I love speaking about reality, especially things that have happened to me as a young modern woman. Also want to send flowers to men who have mentored me. Most of us, we tend not to give men flowers because most of us have come from them. And from these men who saw something in us, they never wanted us to go through what maybe their mothers, their sisters went through. And that's why they held our hands. They shielded us from this. You all know the world is not friendly to everybody, not a woman, not a man. And when it comes to money and power, authority, freedom, one thing I need to also ask my colleagues here, especially men, are you ready for women who are financially stable?
And we'll get to that. We'll give them a chance to respond. Just finish your point.
Okay. For me, personally, money has given me power in a way. Power in terms of I can walk with shoulders high. I can make decisions. Before, when I was timid, I will just go with what a man will want, especially for relationship. And most of us have been victims. My sisters, you can all tell, we did something to be compensated.
There's nothing for free, that's what you're saying?
There's nothing for free. And we worked for it. We have given ourselves to, I don't know, men who, if I look at them right now,
Mashanga, what are you doing?
Nilichoma, but it is well. That is part and parcel of life. So for us women, money is not all about luxury. It is about dignity. It is about freedom. Freedom. Mimi sahi hakuna mtu ananiuliza where am I? Kama singekuwa na kitu ningekuwa kwa nyumba, okay, what are your plans for the day? Ningekuwa nishapeana itinerary yangu kwa mtu. But now I'm not doing that because I know how to fetch for myself. I'm not getting it from somebody.
So Brenda, do you agree that when women have money, then they don't need men? Somebody brought up that point here.
Hey,
somebody said that once women gain financial independence, then they don't want anything to do with men.
We need men. We need responsible men. We need men who match with our energy. We don't need men who drain us. Working so hard to where you are, then you get somebody who is pulling you down. We don't need such kind of men. We need men who will complement us. Yes.
Michaela, what do you think? For financially independent women, men say that, of course, they've said it here, that it's quite hard to, live with a woman who have money and to just resonate with them. So would you agree that when a woman, now money is in the picture, that we do not need men? We want to be independent, like independent women. We don't listen to men. And I've seen these conversations online as well, on TikTok, women saying that, when I have money, I would not need a man. What do you think?
Now, it brings in a different angle. So a woman with money has options. She has freedom. So think of, they're married. The both of them, the man comes into the conversation and they're like, he's supposed to be the provider, and we know men as providers. But now you've heard of 50-50. So you tell this woman, I now need you to chip in 50% into this household. So who's the man in that conversation? Who's the man in that house? So that's where the dynamics begin to change. you can imagine this woman has probably always been the one doing all the chores we know historically to be women like. But now they're being told you have to come to the table, you have to bring in more, you have to bring in what you're actually earning, and let's do the math together. So that sort of shifts the mindset of most women in such cases. So they start thinking, then am I an equal in this particular marriage, in this particular relationship? But as she's indicated, when a man comes in and they're still the leader, they're still showing up as, they're still giving direction, they're the strategic mindset of that family, such that it is, they're saying, yes, I might need your help here and there, but not essentially that you're the provider as a woman. So yes, money changes dynamics, and to some extent, maybe it started getting into some women's heads in terms of, if you don't really think critically and tell yourself, by the in relationships, there has to be one person who's stupid, others it don't work, by the way. If both of you are level-headed, you lose. Someone else has to come in and do the lovey-dovey and all and whatnot, as much as you're both at a certain level, earning money and all that. So to some extent, as women, you must balance the bit of, yes, I have money, but I need to show up in a certain way. I need to support this family. And I like the question you had given to Josh in terms of, are women better managers? Sorry to say, but I believe women are really better managers. We have the wisdom. Yes, some men are better investors. They can show up better in terms of how they use their money. But women can bring in that direction and say, as a family, I think we can invest in this. Then together they can do more. So it changes women. And I've seen, I like what she said in terms of these things actually happen in our lives. We've seen cases where ourselves, our friends, people are like, I wouldn't settle with a guy who's richer than me because people are even thinking of custody battles. If I go to court with this guy, he has too much money.
You wouldn't settle with a guy richer than you?
Yes, imagine that's happening. So guys wouldn't settle, women wouldn't settle.
I'm the first in my bloodline to hear something like that.
I know. So a guy who's richer, what will happen? People are already thinking of, if we separate, what happens to the kids? This guy will take you to court. He has more money, probably. Things will happen, so you'll end up losing those kids. So people are settling for, then do I go for someone who's just there, not too much, not too little? Yeah. So those conversations are getting into the picture. Yes, there are abnormalities, but they're happening. Yeah. So it has an impact.
All right, that is interesting. Agnes, would you be with a man who has no money? Now that we're talking about relationships and how the dynamic changes when money is in the picture, would you be with a man who is not doing quite well financially? Where become Agnes?
Okay. What I can say, that question is difficult.
It's a yes or no answer.
That question is, okay. Someone who has no money.
Or is not doing financially well. Unajua tukisema no money, inamaanisha ako in the pits of pits. But let's say ni mtu wa jua kali hapa na pale, maybe ameenda kazi, amerudi na 100, amerudi na 200. Somebody, you know, within that demographic, would you?
Okay, maybe I'll talk about the reality here because every lady's dream is to get someone who has money and someone who can, let's say, kuku spoil. Yeah, you live that life. But reality, if you find someone who has, maybe, let's say, an average person, and I also have my money, we can, let's say, partner, and help each other. So that can work.
So for you can compromise on that. As long as you have your money and as long as it's trying, you can compromise. Delvin, there's this conversation now that I was scrolling through, you know, Twitter, and I came across it, that as a woman, you should not be dating if you do not have money. What do you think?
Oh, maybe I can start from the roots. You know, there before, women felt like they are in a prison because maybe when men had power and maybe money, when they are independent to them, they felt that they are closed somewhere, that they are not free. They have not that freedom of making maybe choices of what she wants or what. Now, when we come at this era, where women consider money as freedom, which I agree with it. It's well, they are making choices there, but where the problem is, men are not trained to live with these empowered women. That's where the problem comes in. But yes, I agree that dating without money sometimes it's
Even
difficult.
for women.
Yeah, it's difficult sometimes because for me I feel like when the other partner has a support system and I also have, this thing can work. But where one has a power, maybe they feel like they have power to control over you, you feel that still there will be that notion that I'm in a prison. He's treating me because I don't have, we don't want that thing. Let us all have, let us all have a control system of ourselves. That will bring up the respect and equality among ourselves. Yeah.
All right, let's now sample a few feedback here before we continue. And Oscar is saying money can, and this is a very, very long feedback, Oscar. We do appreciate you for that. Anasema money can change people, but it's not necessarily about gender. It's more about individual values and priorities. Some common changes people experience when they come into money include increased confidence or arrogance, shift in relationships, that is new friends and different dynamics, changes in spending habits. He says, hello, luxuries. More freedom to pursue passions or create more stress. That said, societal expectations can influence how men and women handle wealth. For example, women might be more likely to prioritize family and relationships, while men might focus on business growth. But honestly, it's all over the map. So Oscar is saying when women get money, then they prioritize family and relationships. Do you agree, Brenda? That women, we prioritize relationships and families when we have money. But for men, mostly they just focus on growth. Because we know sometimes when a man has money, the number of women that they can, gather around. What do you think about this comment, that for us, we just prioritize family and relationships? For men, it's just business.
I totally agree with Oscar. It's Oscar who
Oscar
commented about that.
Yes.
I totally agree with him. For us, I think I'll speak for myself because when I personally know I've come from and I know I need to move with my family and maybe my relationship. I don't forget anybody when I'm getting there. But I must say from men, I also see from my friends, men who have made it, right now if I call them, we are discussing about money or we are joking. They don't like jokes. It is money, money, money or investment. They're serious. It's not bad, but they always forget where they came from. And that's why when you see most of them, they crumble down. They always die into depression because they pushed away the people who are there for them. Yes, it's good to push away the people who might bring you down, but don't forget
Meaningful connections.
Yes, your connections, because you never know. Yes.
All right, Gladson, this conversation, a man will go for his type once he has money, and his type might be even 10 once money is in the picture. But now we're talking about men prioritizing. Oscar is saying men prioritize business growth more, but for us women, we prioritize families and relationships. I feel like he's making it look like for us, relationships is all that is in the table for us and families. But for you as men, how maybe we're stereotyping the men. Correct me if I'm wrong. But for you, you do prioritize relationships once money is in the picture.
Yeah, and that's why wakati we soma, I just told my friends that Oscar is right, but the opposite. Oscar is very right, but sasa ameweka opposite. Mala ameweka women angeka men, mala men angeka women.
Yes.
Tick.
Labda ni typo.
Maybe the typo, maybe. Well, that's a good one from Oscar. So this is the thing, and 90% of everything that men do revolve around women. That's the thing. Now that includes the reason why even they look for money. Ni hiyo. Ukimwangalia, look for any man mwenye anatafuta pesa. Hata my sister mongelea hapa investments. Look at any man mwenye anafanya kazi. Atakwambia tu natafuta hii do, ndio nipate wife mfiti, nipate kufeed family yangu, ni madhea kwa anaishi poa. Like ukimwangalia kunanga kitu anajiweka ndani. So when it comes to hizo growth, that's when growth comes to women. If a lady has money, atakwambia mimi tunataka nijijenge, nikuwe na maybe biz, niende shule, ni change how I look. Unaona? So ataangalia growth. But for a man ndio upata mwanaume, hata ukiangalia ukisample 10 businesses za nguo, utapata moja ndio ina deal na men. The rest ni women. Because even them wanajua men before ajifikirie it will take a long time. So when a man has money, he thinks relationships, he thinks family, he thinks about raising a good generation, a stable family yenye wako happy, alafu pia anaangalia the external one, the external family and stuff. But when it comes to ladies, wana focus na mimi. That's why kuna phrase that says that if you give a man money, umesolve half of his family problems. If you give a woman money, umesolve her problems. So they understand, because for men, what they think about is different from what women think about. So when it comes to money, mwanaume akipata pesa ata settle. Now same thing as I finish, msichana for a lady to settle with a man, the lady does not actually need money. He needs a stable person. Na tukiongelea who is a stable person, mtu akisema financial stability inamaanisha ni security. Sio hii ati bora mtu ameandikwa kazi. Because mtu akisema financially stable is subjective. Because kuna yule mwenye akiishi kwa one room, kwake ni stable. Mwingine bed sitter, kwake ni stable. Mwingine one bedroom stable, mwingine ni mansion. So nugget. So when it comes to stability, it differs. So what I can say in a nutshell ni kwamba when a man gets money, he will think more about how to start a stable, how to start and keep a stable family. But when a lady gets money, inakuanga ni how can I grow myself? And that is why this topic is very important, powerful men, because men have that ability now to do a lot of things. And for a woman, inakuwa ni ile story ya now I can get what I want. Msuna kwa mfano, let's say I'm dating a lady, na kuna vitu hizi nitisha because kwangu hata na feel ni petty. Unajua unaweza tembea na msichana kwa supermarket, lakini akili yake inamwambia crisps, inamwambia yogurt, inamwambia chocolate, inamwambia sweet, hizo ziko hapo kando. But wewe unafikiria unga, mafuta. So una get, but akiona pesa yake, wewe utanunua zako hivyo, ukishamaliza aanze kupiga machuo zake na pesa yake, anunue vitu zenye ukifika hivi kwa nyumba mnaanza kuangalia, so tuko na watoto kwa hiyo nyumba, wewe ndio mtoto. Una get? So with that freedom, with money, with the ladies, once they have money, that freedom is there, although it is sometimes very dangerous, because at one point wakati a woman has too much of money, pia anaweza kuwa na hizi controlling tendencies. Ataanza kufeel ni kama kuna hizo equality question inaweza kuingia ndani, whereby now you can even start hustling ya kwamba hii nyumba inafaa ikae hivi, hapana mimi na feel inafaa ikae hivi. Unaleta kitu fulani analeta yake. So without moderation, things can go haywire when it comes to this freedom.
All right, and I'm hoping director will add us at least 10 more minutes. He said 5, but I'm asking for 10. Yes, Brenda?
I want to differ with him. Women have done a lot. If you go back to our country, I don't know how you call your ushago, but as we call our country, down there. If you see the task that women have, how many women have built houses for their parents? Yet you are saying, you men, when you get money, you think about your family, you think about your mothers, your sisters, but it's your mothers who call us women. Kijana yangu anitumii labda pesa ya end month, sina hata nguo. It's us who even have to get the money to dress your mothers, yet you also have our own families. So hapo umekosea, you need to delete. As women, we have a lot of burden. We have a lot of burden. We have a delete hapo because we have a lot of burden. We are carrying even your families, paying fees for some of your relatives, while you dangle into women things.
That one I will agree.
That
one I will agree with Brenda.
You have more than 4 baby mamas. You have seen the dramas that is going around, baby mamas asking for school fees. Your women are just settled and even settling bills for your children. Yet you are a man and you are in that house.
All right,
Thank you.
Brenda, he has heard, and you'll delete it, Gladstone. Let's hear from JD. Is it that hard to just, rise up with this woman who is building with you from scratch? Because there's this tendency with men that once, money is in the picture, then you go for the woman of your type. You go for your type. Now this one who is building with you is no longer your type. Is it that hard to build and to rise with this woman?
You see, the problem with relationships is they're hugely transactional. You're there because of what you have to offer. So that means you are also there because of what you can afford. Because in a transaction, in a free market, we can only give according to the ability that we have. Yeah. Therefore, we can only get to a place where we can only deal with what we can afford at a particular point in time, number one. Secondly, you find that these perceptions of what it takes to keep a relationship is they're genuinely dependent on the perceptions we have societally. Yeah, I might want, let's say, for example, I might want you. Yeah, and I know that wewe kuna ligi fulani unacheza. But since we live in a society where we have modern women who want traditional men in a modern world, we end up, when we get into a relationship, you'll expect me to be the man. Yeah, be the leader, be the protector, provider, junini. You found relationships where once people get married, some people stop working because we have a provider. I mean, why should I go to work? What am I going to do at work? Yeah. So you'll find that at the end of the day, for me to be able to be with who I want, I need to up my game so that I can be able to afford that.
So your person must be somebody who's working, because whoever is at home is not working. Director, just more time kindly. Let's give Josh some time to wind up. We are behind time, Josh. But if you earn more, should that automatically mean that you're the decision maker in the relationship?
Okay. So
as you wind up?
Yes, so earning more in decision making in the relationship. Most of the time, you'll find it, if you got that relationship in a transactional way, so the more I grow, so you have to be careful maybe as a woman when getting to that. Don't consider money, because at the end of the day, when you came there for the money, the more I get, the more maybe I'll be able to assert more power or something. But if you go there on the basis of love, logic, reasoning, and etc., honestly, these things are going to be mutual.
If money wasn't there, but you have worked your way up to get that money, then does that mean that you have to automatically be the decision maker, that what you say is final?
Not necessarily. Then if that's the case, then that means you will be able to give the other party some decisions, some position to influence whichever thing that you're going to do. Yes, and then before we end up, there's something that I thought about. I want to speak to some of our young men out here. Ukiangalia hapa hivi nje, for women, they are called independent women with their money. So for the people here who are broken, etc., we want that power and everything else. The society is really constructed in their own way. Socially, the social construction, as a young man work, ensure everything is okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. It's such a pity that time has run out before we could exhaust everything. But Kennedy Jumba is saying mostly women, that money changes mostly women. Kennedy hapo umetuonea, lakini watu wanasema money will change a person if he or she lets it control his or her emotions. These days you meet a broke guy, the moment he's broke, he's so close as a friend. Wacha apate pesa, anasema that you do not belong to his class, anaanza madharau. And finally, Cyprian anasema money changes women, they feel invincible and never need men in their life. Why money makes men to want more women in their life. All right. That's it. Thank you so much for watching today's show, Money, Power for Men and Freedom for Women. Keep interacting with us on our socials. We'll pick it up from there. TV47 Digital on X, TV47 Kenya on Facebook and on YouTube. My name is Anne Odida. Good morning.